Good morning, One Point Partners. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. What's going on? This says March Madness. March Madness hopefully is over. What's happening today? It's Monday, 2 p.m. The Iran conflict and subsequent oil price spike persists. All kinds of language in the air about that. What's moved the market in a good direction for us, though, is over the weekend, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said specifically inflation expectations are grounded. The market was starting to think we were headed for rate increases by the Fed. This pretty much squashed those, and the market reacted very positively today. Rates improved today. Uh, but as far as rates improving or being bad or good or up or down, I find myself looking a little bit too closely at that. These incremental small moves that don't make front page news, I think we talk too much about that. Then I show you slides with rates on them, and by the time you have a conversation with somebody, the rates aren't what the slides are at that moment in time. So I'm going with this week. We're in fives and sixes, and we are up and down a little bit, hopefully more down than up. And like I said, rates do this. My job is to catch them here and lock in and avoid this part here. So hopefully we're going to be on the road to improvement here. Speaking of rates and high rates, though, sometimes high rates are a good thing. I had two cases like this last month. It was a buy before you sell scenario. The buyer had a good bit of equity in the home they're going to sell. They wanted to tap that equity somehow, but were concerned about wasting money on a refinance, which would have cost, title fees and everything, $5,000 to $6,000 to pull that money out, only to pay that loan off in a few months after they move out, clean it up, and sell it once they're in the new place. So here's what we did. We have something called premium pricing. This is when you charge an interest rate that is over our posted par rate. The par rate is one that does not cost additional money to get. If you're going to buy down a rate, you're buying down below the par rate. Okay? Now, lenders used to do this back in the day, and they would keep that overage as profit. They would charge someone 6.5 instead of 6.25, and we make a little what we call yield spread on that, little premium. That went away in about 2011, 2008, somewhere around there. All kind of blurry. But it's no longer legal. And now, if we charge a rate over our posted par rate, whatever revenue that generates must be provided to the buyer or borrower in the form of a lender credit. So here we go. The home to be sold after the new home is purchased was worth about $800,000. It had a $300,000 mortgage balance. I did a cash out refi on that one for 80% of the value, which is the maximum we can do. We got a refi of $640,000. After paying off the $300,000 mortgage, the buyer put $300,000 toward the new purchase and kept 40 in savings to kind of mitigate having two payments for a little bit if that was going to happen. So we were able to access $300,000. Now, par rate at that time was 6%. So what we did, I locked him in at 7.625%. That resulted in me giving him a $6,500 lender credit to pay for all closing costs. This was free money. They purchased the new home with a recastable mortgage. And so when they did sell the old home, they had a little bit more money to put down. They were able to push that into a recast scenario. So we didn't have to pay for the refi to get the money for the down payment. And they don't have to pay for a refi on the home they just bought when they can compress that payment by doing a recast for just a couple $100. So we can use rates to our advantage when people think they'll have the property for a short period of time. And we avoided the cost of a bridge loan. We got some cash out to help calm them down so they have a little fund to make double payments and maybe do some things to clean up their house to get optimal proceeds when they sold it. And it was just fantastic. And all that happened because we're all working together within the 1 Point banner here. So thank you so much. I'll see you soon.